Fiesta Bowl, Glendale, State Farm Stadium, home of the Cardinals, where there'll be a big Monday Night Football game tonight with the Rams and the Cardinals. Oklahoma State and Notre Dame. We've got Notre Dame 2-point favorites here, 45.5 the total. This is actually one of the few bowl games. There's not many that I've actually locked in and bet already, but I'm on Notre Dame here. We look at this situation where Oklahoma State's off the gut-wrenching loss to Baylor, obviously, in the Big 12 championship game. Any last-second hopes of a sneak into the college football playoff were dashed with that loss. It was just a heartbreaker to lose that way. And then you look at Notre Dame, and look, I know they're not in the playoff either, but the absolute jubilation that we saw in the Notre Dame locker room with the footage of Marcus Freeman being announced as the permanent head coach, and the stench of just the absolute horror that they all felt, and just kind of stabbed in the back by Brian Kelly just up and leaving the way he did. I think there's onus for Notre Dame to go to this bowl game and say, we're going to go out there, we're going to win, but we're going to show that the Freeman era is an era that people are going to have to deal with here. We're going to be a force under this coach. We love this guy. They campaigned to Jack Swarbrick, the AD, for Marcus Freeman to be the head coach. And I just think from an excitement standpoint, an enthusiasm standpoint, I think there might be more of it for Notre Dame than Oklahoma State in this game, just based on what I'm seeing. And Notre Dame could be a little bit gutted too, that they had an outside shot at the playoff, and based on the way the results unfolded on Championship Saturday, they didn't make it either. But I'd certainly trust their interest in this game a whole hell of a lot more right now than Oklahoma State. So I have locked in at less than a field goal Notre Dame in this one, in the Fiesta Bowl. What do you think here, Conor?
I agree with the initial move here with Notre Dame, but both these teams kind of feel gutted. I know Freeman's there. They're probably going to play hard. At Oklahoma State, the biggest stage, the biggest year they had, talk about a no-show. I mean, they just laid an egg against Baylor. That was horrible. They can't feel great, but I have a feeling this game is going to be close. If Notre Dame keeps taking money, maybe as it gets on, if I wait to hear more stuff. What are you talking about, Gundy as a dog? I'd just be a little bit leery if everyone just jumping right on Notre Dame. If this gets up over 3.5, I think the game could be close. So I'd maybe look at Oklahoma State here.
No question about that. So, and you're right. The Oklahoma State defense, rather, Jim Knowles now moving on to Ohio State. You look at that. Now, Kyron Williams isn't going to play here for Notre Dame. That's the one concern that I had, is that he's already said he's not going to play in this game. And you do get a little bit concerned about that. But like I say, I think you're still going to see Cone play. You're still going to see the majority of starters on both sides of the football in there. And like I say, I still think there's going to be more of a excitement advantage, if you will, for Notre Dame to put their best foot forward here in this one. So in the Fiesta, what's amazing too is look at how things have changed in college football. There used to be, once upon a time, I'm a teenager in the 90s. You are probably as well, Conor. You always wanted to play well and win the Fiesta Bowl. It's the Fiesta Bowl. It's a New Year's Day bowl game. It's a big one, or at least for many years, and it still is. But now you're seeing these teams that, if it's not a playoff game, you still got to worry in these Fiesta Bowls and these Rose Bowls about freaking opt-outs and who's interested and who wants to win and who cares about the game. I mean, that never was an issue with the Fiesta Bowl 20 years ago, or even 10, 15 years ago. Now you worry about it. That even the Fiesta Bowl, teams are excited about it.
Yeah, long time ago. It's a lot different day and age.
Things have changed, no doubt about that.
Things have changed.